St. Anna's. You may know me as Hans Christian Andersen. I'm simply here today to show you that I'm the best candidate to bring to the 21st century. I was born on April 2nd, 1805, in the city of Odense, in the country of Denmark. My father was a shoemaker. My mother washed clothes for a living. By the time I was 14, I wanted to do something different. I finally convinced my mother to let me take a chance and do something different, something great in the city of Copenhagen. For 3 years, I lived in one of the worst parts of the city, and unfortunately, I did not make it in becoming a singer, dancer, or actor, specifically a ballet dancer, for I was not the most elegant and perhaps slightly clumsy. When I was 17, I got the chance to get a proper education due to a scholarship given to me by a government official. I spent 7 years in school. And although I was not a great student, I finally passed my university exam in 1828. Not long after, I wrote my first novel and my first collection of poems. My first novel, The Improvisator, came out in 1835, as well as my first volume of fairy tales. I wrote 5 more novels, but did not do very well as a writer of drama. I spent most of my adult life traveling around Europe and staying in wealthy dames' country homes. I loved traveling around and learning new things and meeting new women, for I was always rather quick to fall in love. As I traveled around Europe, I also met many famous individuals, including Charles Dickens, but sadly, I died on April 4th, 1875, in Copenhagen. Throughout the course of my life, I earned a myriad of achievements, many of which are still famous today. Examples of some of my work are The Little Mermaid, Thumbelina, Crescents, The Ugly Duckling. In all my fairy tales, there are morals that teach children, and grown-ups for that matter, what is right and what is wrong. As an example, in one of my fairy tales, The Ugly Duckling, the ugly duckling starts out brown and scrawny, but at the end, blossoms into a beautiful swan. The lesson is not to judge people by the way they look. Although most of my work are fairy tales, they make you think and realize what really matters in life. Love, compassion, excitement for days ahead are the emotions a child used to feel on an everyday basis. These emotions are now taken over by hot-headed jealousy, vengeful thinking, as well as fear of which aspect of human suffering will be pushed to new limits next. You may be asking yourself how a writer of fairy tales will change the way humans think and react to current issues such as using children in war or teaching our youth hate, vengeance, jealousy. People forget how powerful words can be, even when there are guns or bombs that can kill us in an instant. Words are as powerful as we make them, just as fear leads our lives as much as we let it. I will write about how broken and sad we do to our children when we teach them to be no better than the people who are killing innocent civilians or exploding whole villages into dust because they have a different understanding of politics or different religion. I will write how hopeless our future is when we teach our children to act out of anger rather than love. Thus my stories will revolve around morals that teach not to hate, but to have compassion, and not to seek revenge, but to grant forgiveness.
It's okay.
Mani Taka.